Today we're going to be talking about what $500,000 can get you when it comes to buying a home in Durham, North Carolina, so stick around.
All right, so getting right after it, we're going to be talking about 4 different neighborhoods today that fit the $500,000 mark. So if that is your price point, these could be very good fits for you. The very first one we're going to talk about is American Village. It's on the west side of Durham, and it's the closest to Duke that we're going to be talking about.
Yes, so if you have a job that's putting you working at Duke, this could be a phenomenal option for you because it's just like a straight shot down the road. So really nice. Most of the homes in American Village were built in the 80s, so it kind of has some of the, I feel like because of that, the lots are a little bit larger. Most of the lots in there are between a quarter acre and a half acre. And there's a good amount of mature trees in the neighborhood as well. And a lot of character with the homes because they're a little older.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, American Village is close to the highway, which is super convenient, so you can get to other parts of the triangle pretty easily. It's also close to, there's a road nearby called Hillsborough Road. It's like the fast food road, you know. There's like, I mean, if you want a fast food restaurant, it's there. But it's also nice from the standpoint there's a grocery store, and it's just, I mean, yeah, there's a lot there. So it's convenient. What I'm trying to say is it's convenient.
Yeah, so very convenient to have all of that shopping nearby and the road access and the proximity to Duke. Makes it a really great place to live. Price points there do come at the lower 500s, so it is possible to get into American Village actually below 500, but some of that depends on the size of the home. Most of them are going to put you around 5 to 525.
Yeah. All right, the number 2 neighborhood on the list is called Brightleaf. So Brightleaf is on the southeast side of Durham. It's close to a place called Briar Creek, which is just this large shopping center area that's in Raleigh. So it basically straddles the Durham-Raleigh line. It's really close to the airport. So if you have a job and you travel a lot and you need to be close to the airport, Brightleaf could be a really great option.
Definitely.
It's also a neighborhood that is loaded with amenities. So it has a nice pool, just has nice amenities that come with just a larger neighborhood.
Yeah, and most of the homes there, they kind of started building there, and of all years to start building in a neighborhood around 2008. But they're continuing. It's really wrapping up one of the last and final phases within the neighborhood. So the homes there are going to have a newer feel to them, and it's had a few different builders in there throughout time. So they do have some differences between the homes. I think it'll feel a little more cookie cutter than like Woodcroft that we just talked about. But I think there is some character to a lot of the homes there, and you know it's just really nice if you want that like community feel where you're gonna meet a lot of families with kids playing at the pool and you need to be really close to the airport, then it is definitely a great location. And the average price points in there are about $550. So there's some coming in significantly less if it is a smaller home, and some that could be a little more if it's one of the larger homes in the neighborhood. So it's definitely a great option. However, if you want a big yard, Brightleaf's probably not gonna be the best neighborhood for you. Most of the homes in there are going to come in between like 1/10 and 2/10 of an acre. So kind of smaller lot sizes, not as many trees as some of the other neighborhoods we're talking about today, but very convenient and lots of great amenities. So it's a trade-off.
All right, the next up on the list, number 3, is Treyburn. I was actually kind of surprised it made the list because if you're from the area and you're familiar with Treyburn, you probably know Treyburn has quite a few homes in it that are well into the 7 figures. Some very, very, very large homes are in Treyburn. But when you group everything together and you kick out a median price, it is $526, which is not what I was expecting, to be honest with you. But Treyburn is the farthest north neighborhood that we're going to talk about.
Very far north.
Yeah, it's pretty surprising because Durham City ends pretty quickly, I think, and then you have a large area of Durham County that's obviously not in the city, and then Treyburn is just this random part of North Durham that is part of the city. So you have city amenities in a part of Durham that you typically don't. So.
Right, yeah, so when they created the neighborhood, Treyburn would really be, if you talk to someone that's from around here, you would think Treyburn's in a place called Bahama, which is a tiny town on the most northern part of Durham County, and you would think, okay, Treyburn is in Bahama, because when you look at anything surrounding it, it's Bahama, but they did bring city utilities and stuff out, so because of that, it is a Durham mailing address, which is interesting. But that is a really nice part because you have if you love the feeling of like not being in the city and you like that like peaceful drive home and you want a more rural feel, Treyburn could
Yeah.
be one of your better options
Yeah.
on our list today, because you kind of have that peaceful drive.
Yep.
And it's really beautiful heading out. The neighborhood itself doesn't feel rural, but there is a lot of trees kind of surrounding it. A lot of the lots do have decent trees depending on the location
Yeah.
of the lot in the neighborhood, but it has a country club within it as
Yeah.
well, so it's kind of
Yeah.
a little bit bizarre, but
Yeah.
you can pay additional fees to
Yeah.
join the country club if you want to. You don't have to be a part of it. They have golf course, pool, and amenities and things like that there. There are some walking trails in the neighborhood and nice sidewalks, so it's just a really pleasant place to live. It's one of our favorite places to go drive to see Christmas lights. Like Zach mentioned, there are some estate homes in there, which are in the millions, but there are also a good majority of kind of just like typical traditional homes, and those are going to put you more in the low fives.
Yeah, and typically something about Treyburn, like if you plucked a house out of Treyburn and you moved it to South Durham, it would be significantly more expensive than it is in Treyburn. And so the prices in Treyburn just tend to be less for the type of home you get, and it's because it's so far north compared to everything else.
Yeah.
So.
It's a great neighborhood, though. Definitely worth at least taking a drive into if you are coming into town to explore some of these neighborhoods.
Yeah, absolutely. The last on the list is Woodcroft. So Woodcroft is on the south side of Durham, which means it has great access to everything on the south side, obviously, and then Raleigh itself, just by how the road systems work in the triangle.
Right.
So it was established in the 80s and just a really good option if the south part of the triangle is what you're interested in. A lot of folks who are interested in the south side of Durham would be folks who maybe they work at RTP or they just want to be close to RTP. It's a very, very convenient location to that.
Yeah, definitely. And if you're moving here and you're moving here with your spouse and one of you works in Raleigh, one of you works in Durham, also a great location because you have really good access to that. You're near Highway 40, or Interstate 40, so you can just hop right on and get into Raleigh very easily. It's very close to like South Point Mall, which is a great mall in the area for shopping. Has a lot of nice restaurants, a lot of like your big chain type shopping, Target, stuff like that is on the south side of Durham, so it's a very convenient location.
Yeah, it is.
And it's nice because just kind of like the name of the neighborhood might kind of give way to it has a lot of wooded areas and Woodcroft, so it's nice. There are some paved walking trails in the neighborhood. There is one little shopping center that's like right on the corner of the neighborhood that you can actually walk to. It has a great one of Joe Van Gogh Coffee, one of the more hip and cool coffee places in Durham, so that's kind of neat. We're not hipper.
We don't know hip or cool places. We're not that. We're not hip or cool. So.
And kind of similar to Treyburn, it does have a pool. It's not part of your it's not included within the HOA fees, but you could join the pool. So it is just a really great neighborhood. The homes there are kind of unique, sort of like American Village, like it being built in the 80s. I feel like they're a little more interesting to look at, I guess. And then just a lot of wooded backyards in Woodcroft, which is really nice. And Woodcroft, we added it to the list because there are homes in there in the 500s, but you're probably on average, a lot of the homes in there are actually in the very, very upper floors. So this could be if like 500 is like the top of your budget.
It could fit there.
You could still probably get into Woodcroft in one of the smaller sized homes. So definitely worth checking out. And then maybe by the time this video is seen by you a year from now, maybe it's well into the fives. Who knows what will happen with the housing market, but it's definitely a great option close to 500,000.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, if you like this video, you can check out our other videos. We make videos like this on a weekly basis. We talk about all the areas in the triangle, so feel free to check those out. If you're looking to buy in the area or sell in the area, we would love to be your resource, your real estate resource of choice. So feel free to reach out to us at the number below or the email below. If you got questions about any of these neighborhoods or any other neighborhoods in Durham, we would also love to chat with you about that. So feel free to shoot us a text, shoot us an email. We would be happy to connect. You can also find us on Instagram.
Yes, you can follow along with us on Instagram at The Honeycut Realtors. We'd love to have you follow along with us there. Like Zach mentioned, if you have questions at all about finding the perfect neighborhood for you and your family here in the Triangle area, just shoot us a text. We'd love to be a helpful resource to you. So we appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you next week.
See you next time. So Brightleaf is one of the probably the most southern neighborhood we're going to talk about today. It's close to...
no, it's most eastern.
Okay, never mind. It is not. But it's very south. It's very south. But we're going to cut this and we're going to start over.
Yeah. Okay. I'd say Woodcroft is the most south.
Debatable.
Yeah. Okay, we'll look at a map later.
Oh. I don't know.
We'll see who's right.
Anyway, it'll be me. All right, anyway.
Action. Action.
All right, I got it. You always do it with a delay. All right, let's try it again. You gonna do it?
Are you gonna add anything?
I don't know.